What's going on, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, guys, another one. As you guys have seen, I know you have taken a look at that thumbnail and you have seen the title of today's show. All right, you guys know the routine. As you come in, go ahead and hop in the comments section and let's see who we have joining us tonight. All right, I see you guys filing in. We have Shimano Shane. All right, school is in session. All right, that is right. School is in session. All right, guys, let's have a good time tonight. So, once again, as you guys come in, just hop into the comments, leave your name, put a comment in there. If you guys have questions, go ahead and start popping your questions in there. So, the goal of tonight is just to have a good time, guys, and get some questions answered and just share some good information as always and have a special guest for tonight, as you all know. So we'll be bringing him up in just a few minutes, just giving you guys a little bit of time to come in. So as we're doing that, let me go ahead and just start getting some housekeeping done, guys. All right, so first of all, if you have not hit the like button, please make sure you hit the like button on the way in, guys. And if you are new to the channel, think about subscribing. Just take a look at the information and also check out my catalog of videos. If you see the type of information that you are interested in, as far as tournament videos, we go over electronics, of course, Mega Live, Sonar, downscan, side imaging, all of that good stuff. So if you're looking to get better at that and also different techniques on the lake, and I primarily fish Georgia lakes. So it's Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and South Carolina, guys. But really, no matter what state you are in, I'm pretty sure the lakes are all kind of relative in a sense. So let's go ahead and hit that like button. Think about subscribing. And let's see who else we have joining in. We have Bass. All right. Like and subscribed. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. All right, guys, I see some more people coming in. All right, and also, guys, always check the descriptions within the video. So whether it's the live stream or it's the regular videos that may be 8 to 10 minutes long, the videos on demand, always check the description area. There will be links to different products. So anytime there's discounts or any of the items that we're talking about, I will put links in the description to make it easier for you guys to go ahead and click on that and get that information. Let's see what else we have here. Also, another thing I had mentioned to you guys before is if you know anyone or if you yourself are a high school angler, college angler, kayak angler, and we might get into a little crappie fishing also, but if you have a YouTube channel and you want to collab and basically I'm going to be expanding the Money Bass network. So if you guys are interested in boosting up your channel, just hit me up on my Instagram. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys real quick. I will have that scrolling across the bottom. All right, there's that right there. So that is how you guys can reach me. All right, guys, and in the comment section, if you can hear me okay, everything sounds good, looks good, please let me know in the comment section, and then we'll get started in just a few minutes, guys. And let me just put a comment in here just so you guys can take a look. All right, guys, just bear with me. We're getting rolling tonight. Let's see. All right, I see everybody hopping into the comment section now. Let's see who else we have here, guys. All right, we have Shimano Chan. All right, cheer. Okay. Okay. So I think somebody's gonna like that comment right there. We'll get to that in just a little bit. All right, and we have we have Darren Pearson. Hear you just fine. All right, I appreciate that. All right, and we have Bass confirming that for me also. Looks and sounds great. All right, and we have another subscriber coming back to join us again tonight. Let's see. Cowboy Jack says, I'm the guy that kept having Mega Live screen freeze. Humminbird Tech called today and think they have a fix. All right, that is good to know. Let me see. They emailed the update 2.76 for Ice Helix 9. All right, and you have a G4 MSI. Hope it works. We'll update tomorrow. All right, there we go, guys. So he will, if you could, Cowboy Jack, come back and put the answer to that in the comment section after the live stream is over tomorrow, after you get the information for that. And I'm pretty sure that that will definitely help some of the guys that are in the comment section and also watching the video. All right, and let's see who else we have checking in tonight. We have Roderick Thomas. All right, appreciate it, appreciate it. We have Roderick Thomas coming back, checking out the live stream. All right, appreciate that. All right, Cowboy Jack. So we're looking good, sounding good. All right, guys. So tonight we are going to have a quick discussion about Mega Live. And, you know, I use Helix systems, but our special guest is a Solix guy. So I know some of you guys have been asking about Solix. I have not used the Solix units, but this guy, he is going to be able to answer some of those questions for you. So, hey, it's going to be pretty good. And we have TargetLock is going to be the other thing that we talked about. So if you guys joined the live stream, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did do like kind of an introductory to TargetLock. But I have not picked mine up yet. But our special guest, he not only has it, but he has actually been out on the water with his a few times. So we'll get some good feedback on that also. All right. And who else do we have? We have Harry. All right. He is back. All right. Good evening. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. All right. And let's see, guys. Who else do we have checking in? All right. All right, guys. So we have a few guys that have already joined in. So let's go ahead and get started. So our special guest, without further ado, is Big Jim Fishing. So I've been watching his channel for a while, guys. And let me just go ahead and bring up Big Jim Fishing. Where is he at? Where is he at? Here we go. Here we go. All right. Big Jim Fishing.
Hey, MoneyBass. How's it going?
All right. So you can hear me okay? See me okay?
Oh, yeah, it's coming in great.
All right, yeah, so you're looking good, sounding good. Everything's looking pretty good. All right, let's see. All right, I see a few questions coming in. All right, so we have Big Jim Fishing visiting us tonight, guys. So go ahead and introduce yourself and, you know, just tell us a little bit about your channel. And also, how did you get started in YouTube?
All right. First off, MoneyBass, thanks so much for having me on your show. I've been a subscriber and a follower I don't know, for a couple of years now. So I really enjoy your channel. And, but the story about my channel, it kind of happened on accident. What had happened is I had ordered a Phoenix boat back in 2019. Gotcha. And I went online and I could not find videos about the available options or upgrades, you know?
Okay.
So I told myself, I was like, well, when my boat comes in, I'm going to, you know, be on the Facebook page, Phoenix Boat Owners, and I'm going to do videos on all the options and upgrades and put them on there so that, you know, people would have the answers to what they're looking for. Right. And decide if they wanted to get, you know, deck lights or a radio or something like that.
Right. I'm pretty sure that was very popular with Phoenix boats because a lot of guys are looking to purchase boats, and probably the time where you were doing that was when those sales and everything were heading up too.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was you know, 2019. And
right, there you go.
Yeah, so I started making all those videos, and it kind of took off. And I grew a small following, and I started getting questions about electronics.
Gotcha.
And I also got questions about, hey, when are you going to go fishing and put it on here?
Right.
So the first thing I tell everybody that watches my channel is that I am not a professional fisherman. I'm just a retired Navy guy. Go Navy. I saw the comment on there.
That's right. Who was that? Who was that in the comments? What was that? Let's see.
Shimano Shane.
That's right. So you remember that name. Shimano Shane. There you go.
Yeah, Shimano Shane. I'm a retired Master Chief. So if you have some Navy blood in you, man, go Navy, beat Army. But yeah, I started vlogging my BFLs, and I've done that for 2 years. And don't watch them to try to learn how to fish, because it's not that. It's just the vlog of the tournament or my travel to Dale Hollow for a tournament. Mm-hmm. Which my Dale Hollow ones turn out to be very good. They get a lot of views because, you know, a lot of people drive down from Ohio and Kentucky and come up from Tennessee to fish Dale Hollow.
Right. Okay.
But, Yeah, I even ran a poll on my channel. Hey, what kind of videos would you guys like to see? And pretty much they like the Mega Live come out number one, and Phoenix Boat was number two, and a close, almost a tie for second was the BFL vlog. So
Gotcha.
that's how my channel's going.
Okay.
But what has really taken off was, I'd say about a year and a half ago when Live Scope come out, that was the talk of everybody. But I did not want to have to buy a separate head unit.
Exactly. That was one of the things that I was looking at also.
Yeah. I actually have a video called One Boat Network, and I love how everything talks to each other.
Yeah.
So I kept waiting on Mega Live to come out. And when Russell Products released the sneak peek saying it was going to come out, I got with my dealer, Nashville Marine, which they are fabulous. I love that dealership.
Mm-hmm.
They got one on order for me, and I was one of the first ones around here to have it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the same thing with TargetLock. When TargetLock came out, I don't know, I guess it's about a month ago, I saw the video, and the very next day I called my dealership and I said, do whatever you got to do to get me that. I'm like, I want to be the first one in Tennessee to have it. And they got it for me. We got it installed. All the videos are on my channel. And every time I go out, I learn something new about it.
Gotcha.
Okay. And what an awesome tool it is. I can't say enough about the Humminbird, Minn Kota, how they work together. Matter of fact, my next video is going to really talk about how having a Minn Kota Ultrex and the TargetLock, how the combination of the two is just deadly for your toolbox.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that TargetLock, man, that's came along, and it's it's the talk of the town right now. So I don't have mine yet, but I mean I'm working on it. And actually, let me just throw this in here real quick so the guys can take a look. So just recently we had our awards banquet, and for 2021, one of the things that I was awarded was a brand new Helix 10, and this is the Mega DI G4N unit. But as you guys know, I already have 4 units on my boat. So let me just show you guys. All right, so that's it right there, guys. Helix 10 G4N Mega Down Imaging Unit. So you can use this to view Mega Live. You can use it for your Mega 360. It pretty much will show everything. And as long as it is networked to a side imaging unit, you can actually show side imaging on this unit too. You just can't, if you hook the transducer directly to it, it just won't show the side imaging that way, but it will through the network. So the reason why I am putting this up here is take a look down at my Instagram, guys. If anybody is interested in purchasing that unit, what I'm looking to do is sell this unit so that I can get my TargetLock system. So I know there's still a shortage. Some guys are looking for these type of units. And like I said, I already have 4 units on my boat, so I do not have a need for a 5th. So if anybody is interested in that, please hit me up on my Instagram, and then I'll get in contact with you, and we can work something out so that you can get the unit you want and I can get the TargetLock that I want. So, all right, Big Jim, so back to you. Just wanted to throw that in there real quick. So you got that Mega Live system. How long ago did you get your TargetLock?
About 2 weeks ago. About 2 or 3 weeks ago. Let me see for sure. I have to look at my videos to remember because I'm getting old.
Gotcha.
Let's see. I got the TargetLock installed 3 weeks ago.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I remember you have a video with the installation and everything. So yeah, that was great. So yeah, guys, and also real quick, make sure you check out Big Jim Fishing, his YouTube channel. I will actually put a link in the description for that also, so you guys can take a look at that, subscribe. He has a lot of good content. And as you guys have heard about his videos, he has some tournament videos. He has some electronics videos, setting up your boat. He has a lot of boat videos too, guys. So it's definitely something good to check out. And what were you about to say, Jim?
I was just going to say that I do a series that's called Mega Live Dialed In, and I created a playlist on YouTube so you can click on that playlist and see every Mega Live, TargetLock, Dialed In video. I number them.
That's
So
it.
like,
All right, let me go ahead and hit the button for that,
yeah.
guys. Mega Live Dialed In. You guys have to check out that series. So I think it's a 5-part series also, right?
Well, we're on episode 12.
Episode 12. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I just watched the 5 today, but yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm going to go film 13 tomorrow.
gotcha. Okay. So yeah, and so that's the other thing. So let's go ahead and talk about the Mega Live setup for a second, guys. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pull up this screenshot. Hopefully it will play okay, guys. Sometimes when I've tried to pull up share my screen in the past, it's kind of locked up on us a little bit. So hopefully that will not happen tonight. But basically what I want to show you guys is this is his Solix. Is this a Solix 12 that you have?
Yeah, that's a 12 on the front.
Right. So he has a 12, Helix, I'm sorry, a Solix 12, and he has his units dialed in. If you guys are really, sticklers about getting your units crisp, he has figured that out, guys. So, and as you know, one of the things that I always say is, for me, once I get that unit good enough to where I can distinguish the fish, the cover, or the structure the way that I need to, then I'm trying to catch those fish. So I have not taken the time to get mine dialed in like he has. So let me just go ahead and play some of this real quick. And if there's another section besides this that you think we should take a look at, I can pull that up also. But this one is where it shows, I guess you can go ahead and explain this part right here.
Yeah, I was just playing around with the settings, and I came across a dynamic setting number 2. And once I saw that, I went by this tree that you're going to see, and you will see the most beautiful picture of a fish.
All right, sounds good. All right, so let me go ahead and play this, and let's just see if everything will play okay for us today, guys. All right, where is the play button? Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. We'll get it going. All right, there we go. Get the sound on it.
Look at that big old fish right there. You can see every fin.
And this is the dialed in part 5 on Big Jim's channel.
Yeah, it was back when I had the Mega Live hooked up to my trolling motor, my Ultra.
Gotcha.
Anyway, guys, that will close out this video
All right, let me see if I
for
can
Mega
bring that
Live
back
dialed
just a
in.
little bit.
I'm done. I have figured out. Look at there.
But yeah, so the thing for me,
You can't get,
that
guys, these
screen
new
clarity that you have is just amazing to me. I think I
Look at
may have
that
taken
structure
the
right
time
there.
to get mine dialed in like that maybe once, but after that, I move around and change my settings so much that I haven't taken the time to get it back dialed in like that.
Yeah.
Just
Y'all
look at
see
those
that fish, his
coming.
tail?
Well, when the video's over, I want to make a comment about your setting.
Guys, these
Okay,
new
gotcha.
settings with the new update is totally incredible. And don't go by the recommend of not using dynamic contrast 2. It has made all the difference in the world. Look how shiny that bluff wall is.
Yeah, and there's that
Look at there.
fish.
You can't get a better image of a fish than that. I'm telling you. Where'd you go?
All right, so yeah, that is very impressive. Let me go ahead and pull this back up. But yeah, so that is, to me, that's very, very impressive. So I know the guys that are watching, or they want to know, what are his settings? How is he doing that? Because those are some of the clearest images that I have seen. So what do you have to say to the guys about that?
Here's the secret. There's no one setting. You have to change your settings based on the conditions of the weather and your water every time. So every time I go out and we put the boat in the water, One of the good things is that, my units are networked. So I can put my trolling motor down in the front and go sit down at the console. And the key is what color palette is going to work for that day. I have found that 3 on the Solix is my favorite.
Same on the Helix. Same on the Helix. Let me hear it for that. Yep, 3.
But when the sun is up and bright, sometimes it's hard to see that. So I've even gone to the neon green one, which I think is a 7 or a 9. Okay. It's all green. Mm-hmm. I have found that works best, during the middle of the day, from 11 till 2.
Gotcha.
And also when it rains, when it's raining on you, right, and you're out fishing, put it on that green or the blue one. You'll be able to see it better.
All right, guys, are you hearing this information? I hope you guys are taking notes on these gems, because this is some secret information Big Jim's dropping right now, because I haven't heard this before, guys. So, so listen in. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. One of the other things, and this even applies to side imaging and down imaging. And I did a video. Let me see when the last video was. It was 8 days ago. It's dialed in 11, and I took my buddy Chris Fondren out on the water, who he represents Humminbird from time to time, and he give me some knowledge that has really improved my dialing in of my units, and that is, start with your sensitivity as high as you can stand it, without it getting too blown out. Take your contrast all the way down to 0, and then start moving it up until it pops. And if you watch my video dialed in number 11, he shows you that on the side imaging. And man, what a beautiful picture. We catch a picture of a big old fish off the port side of the boat, and I mean it's beautiful. It's in grass. Mm-hmm. You can see the grass, you can see the fish, and I mean he really helped me with my knowledge of dialing them in, and I want to thank Chris for that.
Oh, okay. And so when you were fishing the grass, were the fish going down into the grass, and you could see it actually going down in the grass and coming back out? Is that
no? We were actually idling.
Okay.
We were searching for a rock wall that he was going to throw me a bone and give me a waypoint.
Okay.
But we were going along a grass edge, and you could see the fish right where there was a little notch in the grass. He was sitting there. Gotcha. And that was on side imaging out about, 60 feet. And wow. you can see on the video, Chris goes, "Man, look at that fish. That's a big one." So, and apply that to everything. Like go up to the front, get your Mega Live, go to something familiar. Like right. I like to use bridge pilings. We have a few bridges here on Old Hickory Lake in Middle Tennessee.
Okay.
I will go to a bridge, I'll spot lock, and then I'll take my Mega Live and my 360 and I align them so that my alignment is not only perfect with my 360, but that my Mega Live can get, a real good picture. And I'm telling you, when you take a few minutes to do that, if your weather changes, see, I live on Old Hickory Lake, and it is a Corps of Engineers, control of the Cumberland River.
Gotcha.
So, if we don't get a lot of rain, it'll clear up. Mm-hmm. But if it rains in Kentucky or it rains in East Tennessee, it all comes downriver.
Gotcha.
So okay. we deal with fluctuating water levels quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And we also deal with, the water stain changing from time to time.
Right. Gotcha.
And it also depends on what area of the lake that you're in. If I go down to the lower end of the lake, I might have to turn my sensitivity down a little bit and my contrast up. But if I go to the middle part of the lake where I get a little more stain, I'll dial that uh, sensitivity down a little bit and that contrast up a little bit. So
Gotcha.
it's a constant thing. And once, your viewers and my viewers understand that it's not a set it and forget it.
Right, exactly. And let me just go ahead and bring this up
Yeah.
real quick. So we have your buddy, Shimano Shane says, let's see, he has a question for us. Shimano Shane says, do you have to change your settings multiple times during the day or when you change lakes?
Okay. Great question, Shimano Shane. Usually the water, unless the water conditions change while I'm on the lake, I'll get there, tweak them in, and I'm done for the day. And sometimes I can even go back the next day and they're still good. But, it just depends on what's going on, with the water.
Right. Right. And I guess what I would say for me in comparison to Big Jim, he takes the time to, as you guys saw, to dial his units in to where those things are crisp. I don't do that. So when I go from one location to another, or even while I'm fishing a certain location, I may change my units, change the settings as I'm fishing because I'm hopping around from spot to spot. When I pull up to an area, I'm fishing that area. And like I said, as soon as I can see the fish and the cover and structure good enough to where I can distinguish those, I'm fishing. But maybe this is a lesson to us, guys. If you want your screen to look like what we just saw, and I'm going to bring up another clip, and we'll play that in just a second. But if you want your screens to look like that, I think we need to look at Dialed In Part 5 on Big Jim's
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
And to follow up on the second part of Shane's question, when I change lakes, do I change them? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the first thing I do. You guys that know me know I run all Humminbirds. And the first thing I do when I put my boat in the water, I have all my electronics booted up and everything, is I grab my TVA app on my phone and I check the water level so I can dial in the water level offset. And that is so important if you're running Lake Master mapping because you'll know, not to hit obstructions.
Right.
Like you, Money, I run 5 feet or less red.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it.
But I differ from you because I also run 6 to 10 feet at green.
And I run 20 to 30.
Yeah, because 6 to 10 feet is your zone on Old Hickory.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
that's the zone. It's and I can't explain why, but people who fish the lake, they know that.
Right. All right. Let me just give a few shout outs real quick. I see we have a few more people that have come into the chat. All right. We have Dave Rosenberg with Tactical Tungsten has entered into the live stream. Appreciate you coming to support the channel. And let's see who else we have. We have N Allen 007. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate that. Supporting the live stream. All right, and let's see who else we have. All right, so you may have seen this name before. We have Ken Nutson has stopped in. Have you seen this name before? I've seen him. Well, he's a subscriber to the channel, but he's also in some of the forums that I think that you're in also.
Yeah, I think I've seen him on the Facebook forums.
Right. All right, and then Harry Estep, I just put a message down there. Make sure you just reach out to me in the on my Instagram. And again, guys, if anybody's just checking in, let me just show you this again real quick. This is a Helix 10 G4N. There we go. Got it on there for you guys. I just recently won this as part of my Angler of the Year package for 2021. But like I was saying, I already have 4 units. I do not need this one, but I do need a TargetLock. So what I'm looking to do is go ahead and sell that unit. It has not, the box has not been opened or anything. So if anybody is interested in that, my Instagram is scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. Please make sure you get in contact with me and we'll see what we can get worked out on that. All right, and let's see who else we have. A few more shout outs real quick, and then we'll play that video clip. All right, so we have Shimano Shane says, does 360 operating the same time as Mega Live cause issues in clarity?
No, sir. No, sir. Matter of fact, you need to watch my dialed in 11. The two, the combination of the 360 and TargetLock are incredible.
Okay.
I can literally go to my 360, mark a stump, and touch my screen on my Solix and hit TargetLock, and my Mega Live will TargetLock onto it.
Whoa. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. Are you hearing this? Are you hearing these gems that are being dropped tonight? Let me repeat the question one more time for everybody that may not have heard it. Does 360 operating the same time as Mega Live cause issues in clarity? And the answer was a very quick no. And he has given you that information. So for me, what I will say on my side of things, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And the reason is, as you are hearing, Big Jim is taking the time to dial his units in. As soon as I start seeing what I need to see on mine, I'm done. So sometimes in my videos, some people have asked me, they'll see the ring on there from the 360. I had not even noticed the interference because I'm looking past that. So I don't take the time to dial my units in like that. But most of the time, I do not have any interference from my 360. Sometimes I do, but I don't really take the time to just get the settings tweaked in or dialed in to the point where I get that completely out of the system. All right, so let's see. We have a few more people I want to shout out real quick.
Yeah, I want to drop another gem here.
All right, all right. Let me go ahead and give this shout out real quick. So we have, let me see, Mark Scott, my two favorite. Hello, it's an honor. Uh-oh, okay. So it looks like we have a Big Jim subscriber and a MoneyBass subscriber checking in. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support of the channel. All right, and then we have Ken Nutson back in with another comment. It's like wearing glasses. Everybody's eyes are different. So just like changing prescriptions, you also change settings on your graphs to match what you want to see. That is so true. That is so true. And that's one of the things that I mentioned in my videos also, and also with the palette settings. Somebody may like palette setting 2, someone else may like palette setting 3 or 11. You know, it just kind of depends on which one is working for you at the time, and it could have something to do with the sunlight for that day, whether it's overcast, just different things like that. So just experiment with that, guys, because you never know what will what will work best for you. All right, let's give one more shout out real quick, and then we'll keep on. Okay, we have Uncle Stu, the old man on the block, checking in. I heard he might know a thing or two about fishing, but I think that he uses earthworms and minnows and things like that. All right, salute vet in the house. Yes, I think he is an Army vet. So hey, we're pulling in strong in here tonight, guys. All right, appreciate you stopping in and supporting the channel. All right, so Big Jim has another gem that he is about to drop. Let's see. What do you have for us, Big Jim?
Oh, yeah. Guys, if you are getting noise on your Mega Live or your 360 or anything like that, there's two simple fixes. The first one is on Mega Live, make sure you put the mask on. And that's that little piece of sticky that goes on the upper part of the transducer. And what that does, that eliminates the clutter on the surface, which you will get on a sunny day from time to time. The other one is on my video, let's see, dialed in part 9. I take my buddy out, Chris Fondren, and when you pull up, I know on the Solix menu, it's under you go Sonar settings, and there are 3 filters, and they're not associated with anything. It just says filters. It's not a quantitative like 1's low, 2's higher, and 3's the highest, or 4's the highest. It's just different filter settings. And if you'll watch on that video, I was getting a little bit of noise on my 360 when I stepped on the trolling motor, and by choosing the right filter, boom, it went away.
All right, there we go. There we go. Another one, guys. All right. So yeah, and so for me, I haven't put the mask on mine yet. I taken it out of the box, put it back in the box, taken it out, because my thing, for me, without dialing my units completely in, I kind of like seeing the extra clutter and extra things like that, and then just distinguishing what I need to see or what I need to use versus what I don't need to use. So sometimes with whenever I'm fishing a certain bait, say it's a jig or a shaky head or something, as it's falling, I can see that double image that mask will eliminate. But I don't know, just something for me. I'm just scared that if I lose that double image, maybe I'll lose something else. That one little movement, whenever you're looking at rocks or in that grass and you see that one little movement, you pitch over there and that may be your 4-pounder. So it's like for me, I guess that's one of the reasons why I don't take the time to dial it completely in, is because I rather see extra things and then determine on my own that I don't need it, so that I don't miss that one opportunity that may pop up. But I mean, like I said, looking at these images that you have, I mean, man. So let me just real quick just pull up a few more shout outs. We have some more guys checking in. All right, we have a subscriber coming back, Deshaun Peck. Hey guys, love Big Jim's channel as well. All right, so yeah, there we go. So Deshaun Peck, he's been a long time subscriber, so it looks like he's a subscriber to your channel too. And that was what we were discussing earlier. I was pretty sure that some of the guys, that are subscribed to my channel are also watching yours, because you have some great content as far as the units go. All right, and then we have Texas Nuke 2010. All right, Chicken Hawk not trying to get that Humminbird at a deal. Wait a minute, how did you know about that? How did you know about that? All right, so let me just fill you in real quick. So Chicken Hawk is I guess he would be kind of like my nemesis in my bass fishing club. So he's been trying to beat me on the lake for, I don't know, 5-6 years. He succeeded once on one lake. But so yes, Texas Nuke 2010, he is trying to get that unit. I think he could have offered me $15 for it. He's always trying to get some type of deal, but nah, Chicken Hawk is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. All right, and then we have, let me see, Harriet Step says, how far is Mega Live below the 360?
On my setup,
Yeah.
I have them at the same, about 1.5 inches from the trolling motor prop.
Gotcha. And so mine is, so my Mega Live is, just right at the trolling motor prop itself, right down there. And then whatever amount of clearance, it could just be 1 inch of clearance right above that is where my 360 is located. And I have the 52-inch shaft on my trolling motor because I fish offshore a lot. So that 52-inch shaft made a big difference for me as far as keeping that trolling motor in the water. But yeah, so that's about the difference in let me see below. Yeah, so mine, I would say maybe about 1 inch or so, just enough clearance to where that cable is able to clear the 360 and it doesn't have a real strong kink in it to where it puts a kink in the line. It's in the cables. It just allows that cable to still have a nice curve to it. All right, let's see who else do we have in the house. We have Mark Scott. All right, we have another subscriber returning, and you may have seen this name before too, because I think he's in some of the forums and things. So I've seen Big Jim's vids. Yep. So he watches your videos also, and he also
don't give up, Mark. You can do it, bro.
Oh yeah, you see that comment? I can't even come close to Jim's results, and he's tried. But hey, this is the thing. He's catching fish. He's catching a lot of fish and a lot of big fish. So that's what I'm saying. So for me, and I mean, Mark, his may be dialed in. Yeah, he sent me some screenshots on Instagram before. So his units are dialed in pretty decent. But without having all of that clarity, he is doing well enough catching fish. So hey, I mean, I don't know if
that's what matters, right?
That's right. I mean, it's all fun and games. I mean, it looks good, having that. But if you're getting the results, then hey, I mean, that's what you need. All right. And then we have another special guest. Look who we have. Now, this is not even a fisherman. Now, she will, if you bring the fish to her, I think she will actually cook our fish, guys. So I don't know. We got to keep an eye on her. But
this is for Maggie. She likes a southern draw. So I live outside of Nashville. Let me get a sip of sweet tea.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm just here for the southern drawl. Who has a southern drawl? Does anybody around here have?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Where's Oh my goodness, guys! we have to stop the show. We have Uncle Stu, the old man on the block, here to support. That is a super chat, guys. I think this is my third super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Oh man, hey, I mean, it feels good. I mean, I have the guys in here supporting the channel. They're putting good comments in here. Everybody's active in the comment section. And then we have Uncle Stu stopping in, showing some support. I really, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate that. All right. And we have, let's see, Uncle Stu, he has something else to say. Maggie, the substitute teacher, salute, salute. I got to speak with you too. Okay. All right. So we have some background connections going on and everything. And that's the other thing that I say, guys, is our subscribers, we're always looking to help each other out, share information and all of that. So make sure you guys, if there's questions in there that the answers to, go ahead and feel free to kind of, chit chat and everything and share information in the comment section also, guys, because we're here to help and support each other and just make sure everybody has a successful time out on the water, because some people don't have that much time that they can spend out on the water. Somebody may get out there once a month, and who wants to hear the story about, I went out there, I caught one fish or no fish? I mean, to me, it's more fun to have that conversation and hear about that 50 fish day or that 30 fish day, because now they come back and they tell you what they did. They tell you about their settings or how their units were working, and it ends up being a win-win for everybody. All right, and then we have one more. Let's see what Maggie has to say to you. I love it. Have some tea for me and some catfish.
Yeah.
And some catfish. We don't do catfish. We don't do catfish over here, man. Yeah, if we get a catfish on the line, that's kind of a bad day. I mean, we'll kind of joke around with each other. A person who brings in a catfish, we're going to have to kind of mess with them a little bit on that one. All right, and let's see. Who else do we have? Harriet Step, you need to get on MoneyBass boat. All right, to dial in his units. Hey.
I might make a trip down to Lanier.
All right. Well,
just
yeah.
to come see you one day.
All right. Hey, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, because we have this BFL out here this weekend, and that's something that I wanted to mention while we're on this live stream too, guys. So if anybody is fishing that BFL, put a comment in there. Just let me know if you're fishing this 2-day Lake Lanier BFL this weekend. I haven't registered yet. I'm planning on registering, but someone told me that if I register with a co-angler, so if you are a co-angler and you are thinking about fishing this tournament, and if we register together, I guess it kind of locks you in to get a spot for this tournament. So I'll be checking on that tomorrow. But like I said, if anybody's interested in that, please hit me up. And I know Big Jim, he's a BFL guy. That's one of the things that, has got him his great views and following on his channel also. So, hey, looking to do the same thing with that.
Yeah, and for your followers, I was down there 2 years ago for the BFL Regional on Lake Lanier. What a beautiful lake. I'm so jealous. While I was there, I caught my PB spot. It was like 424. And, man, what a beautiful lake. We had 250 boats, and wow, everybody spread out. And gotcha. I saw maybe 8 boats all day.
Yeah, it's a real big lake. I mean, you can do some river fishing. You can find some grass. You can find some places that kind of look like, I just call it the jungle, because there's trees growing out of the water in some places.
Yeah.
And obviously the main lake where you're out there with those big waves, deep water, catching fish in 25 to 50 feet of water out there, nice and clear. I mean, the water clarity sometimes I would say is, 15, 20 feet. So,
I got bit on a drop shot in 40 feet, and I have never gotten a bite that deep before, ever.
Right. Yeah, out here, a drop shot, you always have a drop shot tied on and sitting right there by your feet. So as soon as you see those fish on the graph, you drop that straight down there. But
beautiful lake, Money. I'm jealous.
Gotcha. All right, and let's see what we have. We have Uncle Stu says, MoneyBass, don't let this New Yorker fool you. So we have a New Yorker in the house. We have a city guy in the midst, guys. What do you think about that? Let's see what he says about fishing. I am a blue fisherman first and bass third. Sorry, I love catfish too. All right. Okay. We will let a few cat fishermen sneak in. We'll let you hang out with us for a little bit. All right. And,
hey, let me make a comment about the catfish. If anybody would jump on my channel and watch my latest video that was 3 days ago, It's called TargetLock Dialed In 12 in my Dialed In series. And we literally track on Mega Live spoonbill catfish. You can see them.
Whoa. Okay.
You can see the spoonbill and everything. I mean, it's amazing.
Wow. Okay. And you said that's dialed in. What was it? Dialed in 11?
Dialed In 12.
Dialed in 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It went live 3 days ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So you have a nice series going. Yeah. That's a pretty nice series right there. Okay. All right. So we've talked about Mega Live. We kind of neglected TargetLock. So let's go ahead and talk about TargetLock a little bit. You said you picked that up about 3 weeks ago. I saw the video where you went and you had that connected and everything. So how are you, how do you like that so far?
I absolutely love it. And the reason why is the problem I was running into is, if you have an Ultrex and you move your foot pedal, the servo in there is very responsive and fast. Okay. And it causes it to be a little herky-jerky sometimes, which is not a fault of, the Minn Kota trolling motor. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Gotcha.
But what you will find, and I found it offshore fishing, when you go to hit that spot lock, when your trolling motor corrects, when you're into the wind and it corrects itself, it moves your Mega Live off of your target.
Right.
And there were a lot of manufacturers out there that were coming up with their own little separate deals to put your forward-facing sonar on. And then Humminbird a month ago released the TargetLock. And
right.
The first video I saw, I was hooked. I was like, I gotta have it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. I'm like, man, I gotta get it. So we'll see. Hopefully within the next few weeks I have.
I'm mostly a shallow water fisherman, but every now and then I do like to fish offshore. And if you are an offshore fisherman, especially down where you are, MoneyBass, it is a must-have.
Right.
It's a must-have.
Yeah,
especially if you use spot lock.
Yeah, I definitely see the value in it every time that I go out, because my thing, what I call it, without having the actually pre spot lock. So before spot lock, before target lock, what I always used to refer to it is you have to have good footwork. So, yeah. I mean, because I would be fishing offshore with those big boats going by, big yachts going by, wind, white caps, all that. Even without spot lock, I would still be out there, but I would be on that trolling motor like crazy, still trying to hold myself in place and everything. So, yeah, definitely is something that will eliminate the, the need for having good footwork, is having that spot lock and now that target lock. So, yeah, that is the next thing that I'm working on getting.
Yeah. The one thing that I like that Humminbird did that the other aftermarket companies could not do is it links with your units and with your trolling motor.
Right.
And it is amazing to be able to look down on my screen on my 360 and I see, a brush pile, and to be able to touch the button, mark, and then hit target lock, and it automatically lock on for me. And then I can move my boat 360 degrees around that brush pile.
Right.
And fish it from every angle.
But think about this too. So if you have that iPilot link, you can set that trolling motor to follow those contours also.
You can.
You can set it to do your to automatically go around. You can mark that waypoint and it will automatically drive around it. So now you have the boat automatically driving itself and you have your target lock staying on that position.
Thanks for the video idea.
Oh, so you already did that video?
No, but I'm going to do it now.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you have to do that one, because that right there, I mean, and then the other thing, guys, think about this. So you have that, what is it, 120 degree, the sweep?
The sweep, yes.
Right, so you can set that sweep. So the other thing with the iPilot link is you have follow the contours. So let's say if you want to, you're fishing the bank or whatever, and you want to keep the boat in, say, 20 feet of water, cast all the way to the bank. You can set your trolling motor speed on, say, 2 or 3, set that iPilot link to follow the contour, and it will keep that boat following that contour all the way back into the cove, coming out of the cove. And you can have your Mega Live target lock set on the 120 sweep. So at this point, all you're doing is just fishing, and the boat is pretty much taking care of all of the controls and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, there are some great options that come along with that. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. And to me, it's kind of getting to the point where fishing is fun, but now you're out here and you have all these gadgets and stuff to play to play with too. So it's like, do you play with your gadgets or do you fish? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah. All right, let's see who else. We have one or two more shout outs to give. Let's see who we have. Shimano Shane says, I'm not sure if anyone has both a Solix or a Helix. Is one easier to dial in than the other? I have Helixes. So let me just say this real quick, and then Big Jim can speak on the Solix units. So with the Helix units, as you know, they're not touchscreen. So with us, we're going to have to use those buttons and everything to kind of navigate through. In my opinion, without using, I've never used the Solix unit, but I've seen people setting their waypoints and all of that stuff. Whenever you're just able to touch those buttons real quick, I can already see that. I think his answer is going to be the Solix is definitely easier to dial in just for that alone. But what would you say to that?
When I ordered my boat, um, I went with the Solixes for that exact reason.
Gotcha.
For ease of setup and changing, I wanted the touchscreen. That's the whole reason why I went with the Solix. And don't be fooled, Solix has its drawbacks. They pull more power than a Helix.
Oh, I did not know that. I
Yeah,
did not know that.
they pull more power than a Helix. So you're going to want to have a good battery setup. And just recently, I had my boat completely rewired,
Okay.
and I run two 31 AGMs in parallel. So I run two big batteries to power up. I have two 12-inch Solixes, a 15-inch Solix on the console, and then Mega Live and Mega 360. So,
Wow.
and then
Okay.
of course, I have a radio, I have deck lights, aerators. So you guys that tournament fish know that, at 1 o'clock, the batteries were getting low, and I got tired of having to dial down the brightness of my screens to save power. So I just went ahead and got another battery and hooked them in parallel, and that solved all my issues.
Gotcha. All right, guys. So translation is it costs to be the boss because so I mean it costs to be the boss. So yeah, you're gonna have to do a little bit of battery upgrades. And so for me, what I'm running 4 Helix units. I have a G4N12, a G3N9, a G3N Helix 10, and a G2N Helix 10. And I have my the trolling motor is not in that on that same battery system, but I have those 4 units. I have my Mega Live, and I have my Talons. Seems like I'm forgetting something. Seems like I have something else on that boat, but I have all of that, guys. And if you have watched my video where I showed how I have everything connected, I'm running all of that off of one AGM battery, and I have a Perco switch to where if it does run low and I need to pull some power, I can pull power from one of those trolling motor batteries. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna cost to be the boss. So yeah, so that Helix unit, as far as ease of use, I definitely see the benefit in having that. And then that brings me to the next question that I saw over here. So we have, let's see, Big Cat Kev, is that who that is? I've posted on different channels asking if you could pick up one unit to do everything. Most guys say Garmin. What unit do you recommend? Helix, Solix, or Apex? So let me just say, so yeah, guys, whether you have Garmin, Lowrance, or Humminbird, A lot of the information that we try to talk about, guys, is pretty much going to be universal as far as getting your units dialed in, what you're going to be looking for, as far as fishing, your structure, cover, things like that. So everybody is welcome here because we have information that will pretty much help everyone. And some of the guys, like I've said before, they are running Humminbird and Garmin, or Garmin and Lowrance, so they have the units kind of mixed also. So whenever you're putting these questions in the comments, there may be someone in here that's running both units on their boat to where they already can see that comparison, so they may be able to answer that question directly for you. But as far as what unit do you recommend, Helix, Solix, or Apex, for me, the quick answer is going to be budget. What is your budget first? And then, as you heard about the batteries and all that, so you have to take those other things into consideration as far as the wiring and what else you're going to have to upgrade whenever you move up in these units. So with the Helix, the ease of use, as we heard, the Solix is going to be the step above that. But again, it costs to be the boss. And so do you know anything as far as the comparison with the Apex or the Solix units? Because I don't have any information as far as the Apex go.
No, I would like to comment on the question that was asked, though.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I can't speak to Apex because that's a new unit. And, you know, my units are Solix Gen 2s, which are 2019, 2020, late 21 models. I can't speak to Apex. So, you know, I'm not going to make something up. So I'm just not going to do it. But, you know, if it were me, you know, looking at the difference, if I could choose one unit, the reason why I chose the Solix is because I only wanted to have one Lake Master card. I have one Lake Master card in my unit at the console, and all three of mine read it beautifully. If you get Helix, you got to get a card for each unit that you plan on using mapping.
Correct. That's correct.
But you know, I'm not going to knock Helix at all because, you know, if I get another boat, I might even get Helix. The reason why is because less power draw and ease of use. You know, what I have found out is that sometimes, you know, it's what you can fit in on your budget. And, you know, like on my boat, having that extra battery added extra weight. You know, I'm a big guy anyway. So, you know, the same exact boat without that extra battery is going to be a little faster if that's what you're into. I'm not into that. I mean, my boat, you can see the picture back there. I got, the other way. I got poles. I've got all kinds of stuff. I keep my seats in because I have bad knees, and I still run 70 miles an hour. But when I don't have my seats in, before I had my second battery, before I had TargetLock, I was pushing 75, sometimes 76.
Okay.
So some guys are into the speed game of bass fishing. You know, I'm 52 years old. I'm not into the speed game anymore. I'm more in for comfort.
Right.
That's why I fish out of a Phoenix, is because, man, rough water, I can put my Atlas jack plate all the way down. I can step on my hot foot, and you know, I can do 65 across the water with big waves, and it's a beautiful ride. But you know, it's like anything else in life. It's what do you want versus what you can afford. How are you going to balance that? You know, if you can only afford, you know, 2 units, get you the biggest that you can afford. So if that means stepping down from a Solix to get a Helix, do it. Because bigger is better on your graphs. I will tell you that.
Right.
Because the image that you see on the screen makes all the difference in the world.
Exactly. Yep. That's it. Yep. And so Shimano Shane, your Navy buddy, he says, my reasoning is simple. It's better. Let me see. A lot less issues with Helix. So, I mean, I guess as far as that goes, the Solix has touchscreen. It's kind of like, as you upgrade with anything, it just has some additional items that could possibly fail. But, you know, I mean, it's just one of those things. But each one of them has their pros and cons. So like we said, you just have to kind of weigh those. And another thing to keep in mind, the thing that he mentioned about the mapping cards, that is another big deal, because those mapping cards I think are around $130 a piece. So if you have 4 Helix units, they do not network their mapping. So you would need at least 2, because you would need one for the front and one for the back, but then that would limit you to running your mapping on one or the other units, basically, if you did it that way. But with the Solix units, you just need that one mapping card, and it shares it all on that network. All right, and let's see. We have Mark Scott says, MoneyBass, thank you. Enjoyed Big Jim. Thanks as well. Love your channel. All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
Appreciate the support. All right, so let's see if we have any other questions. We've been running for right at an hour. Seems like the people are kind of slowing down, but I mean, actually, we have some more people that have joined in. So if you're just joining in, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section if you have any questions or comments or anything that you wanted to add. And let's see, was there anything else that you were thinking about? Let me just take a look at my notes real quick. Yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of gone over, a lot of good stuff tonight. I mean, dropped a lot of gems. Big Jim has dropped
a lot of my secrets. And for those of you watching, if you want to learn more, man, get over to Big Jim Fishing on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook. I just started Instagram because of MoneyBass. I've thrown a few videos up on TikTok.
Yeah.
So Big Jim Fishing. This is pretty much all I do. Hey, there's Josh Panyard.
Oh, so you see him. I didn't know you could see him. So we have a special guest in the house, guys. So he's been hitting me up on Instagram, but man, I've been so busy. I'm not dodging you, Josh. I'm not dodging you. I'm just, man, it's tough. It's tough. I have people like, hey man, you gonna call me back? You gonna write me back? What's going on? But he says, hey guys, better talk nice about the birds. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Well, we don't want you back. Don't watch the earlier parts where you don't want to hear what Jim was saying earlier, what Big Jim was saying earlier. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I mean, we've been giving a lot of good information to everybody about the Humminbird systems and just sharing our experiences. So I mean, it's been great. There has been a lot of good information. I hope you guys broke out your pen and pad and was taking some notes and everything, because it is some great information. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this live stream and pull out some of that information, because let me just so pretty much, guys, we covered the information that we were planning on covering. So if anybody has any questions outside of the, just any questions in general, then we can talk about that too. But let me go ahead and pull this other thing up real quick, just so everybody can see this again. Let's see, let me pull this back up. All right. Yeah. So this was that other. This is still on Dialed In Part 5. But yeah, guys, take a look at the image the clarity. Hold on just a second, guys. All right. So take a look at the image. Hold on one second. Okay. So when I play this, just take a look at the image clarity that he has on his units and the way
you can see his fan.
Dialed in.
Let me see if I can shade the screen from the glare. There he is. Look at that fan. I'm telling y'all, this is live action.
Yeah, guys.
Look at that structure right there.
Man, I love my Mega Live.
Yeah, that is very, very impressive.
Y'all see that fish, his tail?
Let's pause that real quick. But yeah, guys. So yeah, that is very, very impressive. But so did you have any other things on your mind? Any other comments you wanted to make? But yeah, guys, make sure you check out Big Jim Fishing. You can just search Big Jim Fishing on YouTube. His channel will come up, and I will put a link to this video that's been playing. I will put the link for that in the description. So if anybody's looking for that, that's where you can find it at.
Yeah, I just want to tell everybody out there, hey man, I'm a fan of MoneyBass. So if you have Helix units, or if you have any other units, y'all watch his watch his stuff because I've learned from him. And if you're, you know, you want to see what little tricks and stuff that I learned, watch my channel. We're not in competition. We're here to support each other's channel.
That's right.
And I tell you, I'm really happy that I was able to find his channel so that we could do a collab tonight. And I just appreciate you guys with your questions. Like I said, if you haven't watched my Dialed In series, I have 12 of them. And there's a separate playlist on my channel for just those. If you don't want to watch the Phoenix boats or the BFL videos, if all you want to do is watch Humminbird, go to the Dialed In series, and you will learn a lot because every time I'm out on the water, I'm playing with them and I learn something and I grab my GoPro and I film it. And that's just so that I can share with you guys.
Yep. There we go. All right. So we have a few more. Let me just read these last few comments real quick. So we have Josh has hopped back in here. Yeah, Ryan, we got to get on the water. Yep. We're working on it. I actually will be out there tomorrow because I'm working on this BFL. I have to make sure that I can get registered for that. So like I was saying earlier, if there's a co-angler in the chat or anything or watching the video that's interested in fishing the BFL, just hit me up. I have my Instagram scrolling across the bottom because I think we can register together, and that way it will secure us a spot in this weekend's BFL. All right. And then we have Texas Nuke 2010 says, dang, I may have to switch to birds. Uh-oh. So Texas Nuke 2010, he is a live scope guy, and he's pretty good with the he's pretty good with the live scope. So I think he's been out there winning a few tournaments. So he's thinking about switching over to some birds. How about that? All right. And then we have Uncle Stu, the old man on the block, says, MoneyBass, I just subbed to him. So you have a new sub. There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. All right. Appreciate it. And then we have Harry says, if you had to buy a forward-facing sonar now, would you still choose Mega Live? I'm leaning that way as I have 3 Helixes and Mega 360. All right. Here we go. All right, so what would you say? What would you say to this? Should he buy his Mega Live, or should he think about what was the other thing he said in here? If you had to buy a forward facing, would you still buy Mega Live? What do you think?
Absolutely, because of TargetLock and because of how it will talk with your 360. The combination of 360 and Mega Live, the combination of the two, hands down, you'll outperform. And I don't like to knock other brands because I'm not that kind of guy. Because, you know, some people like Fords, some people like Chevys. But what I like about it is the combination of my 360, Mega Live, and TargetLock. It's an unbeatable trio.
Right. All right. So let's see. Let me read the question one more time. Harry says, if you had to buy a forward-facing sonar now, would you still choose Mega Live? I'm leaning that way as I have 3 Helixes and a Mega 360. Okay, so this is my answer to that question. You are already running Humminbird units. As far as whether you're dealing with live scope, active target, or Mega Live, they are all good systems at this point. They have released the updates for the Mega Live. So at the beginning, guys were kind of with the Mega Live saying, you know, I can't get this dialed in, or I can't see this as well. That was first generation. That was the 1.130. Once they released the 1.150, that stepped it up to where you can go to my channel. You can see where I went from the 1.130 to the 1.150 and see the comparison between those two and see how you could begin tracking your lures, tracking fish and everything like that. Now we're up to 1.170. I have put out videos with the Mega Live system where I am tracking my top water baits out to about 100 feet. You can actually see it splash and hit the water. And I don't think I have the footage where I was actually, because I was too busy catching the fish instead of, I was supposed to be recording, but I started fishing. So when I was casting the bait out there, I could see the fish coming up from 25, 30, 20 feet of water. They would come straight up off the bottom, come up and start blowing up and hitting my top water bait. I should have recorded it, but guys, I mean, we're all fishermen here, so you know it was hard. I had to catch the fish instead of getting the footage. Next time I try to get the footage. But my answer would be that what you want to do is also to consideration your budget. If you're already running all Humminbird, for me, one of the things that I waited on was that one boat network. And with the clarity that you just saw from Big Jim's system, and what is the outcome, what is the goal that you're looking to achieve with having that forward facing system, that can be achieved with that Mega Live now. So for me, if you're already running that, I would take into consideration the budget and what is it that you're trying to accomplish. What are the most important things? So me personally, I would just add on the Mega Live system because you won't have to kick out and purchase another unit. You can run it the exact same way that it is. And as far as marking waypoints and things like that, I constantly mark waypoints using my Mega Live system. It immediately will show that on the other units in the network, and it will also show those waypoints that I mark right then at that same moment. They will show up on my 360. Whenever you're using your Mega Live and your 360 together, it allows you to line up your cast perfectly to where whenever you make that cast, even if you get outside of the beam of that Mega Live just a little bit, you just kind of move it just a little bit until you get it right back in line. And hey, that's money. I mean, that's all you need right there. So those are some things that I would consider. But being that you're already running the Helix setup and the Mega 360, you can't really beat that one boat network. And then if you have a trolling motor, with the iPilot link, the Ultrex or whatever with the iPilot link, we've discussed some of those features that it's just great. It's just great to be able to go to waypoint on that iPilot system. So there's just so many benefits to using that one boat network. So if you're thinking about switching over, I would just compare all of those different things, not just if you can see things a little bit better or things like that with one system versus the other one. Some other one may say, well, they can see out to 100 feet. This one can see to 110 feet. Just take the overall picture into consideration of what you want your final build out to be. Did you have something you wanted to add to that, Big Jim?
No, man, I agree
All right.
100%.
All
Uh,
right. And then we have real quick. So Josh has chimed in and says, with the new firmware and software from Mega Live, I would put it up against the rest. So yeah, that's pretty much in line with what we were saying. With the updates that are continuously coming out, it is getting better each time. And with the Mega Live system, that the black box is built into the transducer itself. So they're just keep pushing out those updates. And it just appears to be, I don't know if it's pushing out more power or how they're doing it, but we're able to get more clarity and everything with those units.
yeah, Josh just made a comment. We talked about that earlier on the video on the live
Right.
stream.
Okay, let me see. Let me pull up this other one and I'll get to Josh in just a second. So Harriet Step says, I already have 12-foot talons and Ultrex as well as 3 helixes connected and leaning that way. There you go. I mean, I think it would be like how you have pros and cons. I think it would be a con to not have that one boat network when you have all of those other things already in place. All right, and let's see. He says going to join Big Jim's channel. All right,
Hey,
that
thank you,
worked.
Harry.
All right, there we go. Got another subscriber. Let's keep this network going. Let's keep building. All right, so let's see what Josh says. With TargetLock and Helix, when you have Mega 360, you would mark a waypoint on Mega 360, then TargetLock off of that waypoint. On Solix, you can do it right off the Mega 360 screen, and that is the difference right now. All right, so there you go. So like we said, yeah, so the Solix, I mean, it may have a little bit more ease of use, but again, guys, you got to pay the cost to be the boss if you want to run, because you remember you may have to upgrade your batteries and things like that. So just kind of weigh everything together with the battery upgrade, with the Solix, but then you don't have to buy those extra mapping cards, things like that, guys. So just take your whole build out into consideration, and that way you can make the best decision as far as what you wanted to pick up. All right. We have been going for an hour and 15 minutes. It looks like we have answered all of the questions. All right, guys. So I have had a great time tonight, Big Jim. I really appreciate you chiming in, checking out
Thank you.
the live stream last week. So that, it allowed us to meet up, do this collab. And I'm pretty sure we can link up again and, put together some things and continue to help each other's channel out and
Yes,
just share information and stuff like that.
most definitely.
Yep.
And hey, man, next spring, man, you need to come up to Tennessee to the Bassmaster Classic Outdoor Show.
I might have to do that. I mean, how far away is that from Chickamauga? Because I've hit Chickamauga a few times.
It's probably about, I don't know for sure, maybe an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Okay.
It's Chickamauga's between Chattanooga and Knoxville. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and call it a night. Before we chime out, we'll head out for the night. Again, if you are a high schooler or a college student, or you fish out of a kayak and you have a YouTube channel, please hit me up on my Instagram. It is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Just want to put something together because the MoneyBass network is going to be expanding, guys. So if you have a YouTube channel and you're looking to push that YouTube channel, just hit me up and we will get together and put some things together so we can help each other out. And also, the other thing, just want to show you guys this one more time. So we just had our awards banquet. 2021 Angler of the Year is yours truly, MoneyBass. And one of the things that I was awarded is a Helix 10 G4N Mega Down Imaging Unit. And guys, I already have 4 units on my boat, so I do not need this one. The box has not even been opened. So what I'm looking to do, if anybody is looking to purchase a brand new Helix unit, hit me up in my Instagram. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. All I'm looking to do is sell this, swap it out, whatever, and get that TargetLock system. So that is the goal, guys. All right, so really appreciate it tonight, guys. Thank you for stopping in, Big Jim. We'll have to do it again.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, appreciate it. Hit the like button on the way out. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video.